Shalom and welcome to 2 Minutes of Torah. This year is entitled An Overview of our 6 Shiurim given Shavuot night in Menorah HaMa'or. Baruch Hashem, for over 35 years, Hashem has blessed me with the incredible zechut, the privilege, the merit to give Shiurim throughout the night from Bel Harbor over 35 years ago to the 5 towns, and then now in Eretz Yisrael for 18 years. To give throughout the night a series of 6 shiurim, and each year is from one of the Shisha Saddam, something from Zram, and then from Moed, Nashim, Zikun, Kachim, Taro. We go from the Gemara down to Halacha, and it's an amazing zechut. An hour shiur, 45-minute shiur, then a few-minute break, and we keep going through the night until we reach Vatikin in the morning minyan. And incredible bracha, ma shiv la Hashem, kol alive. What can I say to Hashem? I cannot thank Him enough for this honor. And what a privilege of an animal or last night, Shavuot evening. 20-25 people throughout the night in our shiurim learning, staying awake. People say, wow, Danny Myers, how do you give 6 shiurim throughout the night? That's not the question. You have adrenaline when you're giving shiur. How do people stay up and sit? It's an amazing commitment. Tremendous Kabbalat Torah. So we had 6 shiurim. The first one was Rhyme. And the question was, is the concept of a mezonah roll an oxymoron? Is it an impossible thing, a mezonah roll? So it's a big sugya, but I'm just taking a few seconds for each sugya, a few moments for each sugya, for each topic. So the mezonah roll, what's the idea? That since there's a majority of apple juice instead of water, so the Mishavur at the end of Kuf Samachet in Orach Chaim says that is mezonah. But the question is, when he was talking about that case, maybe it really sweetened the bread, and it was more like a cake. What if you've perfected the system where now mezonah was made in the tens of thousands every day throughout Israel, and they're treated and they're eaten and looked at just like a regular roll. So it's true it's a majority of Jews. But the bottom line is it's a regular roll. And therefore, once it's a regular roll, eaten like a regular roll, treated like a regular roll, it's hamotzi. It's machlokas in the post and the badats who gives the hashkach and writes mezonah on it. They're saying once it's a majority of juice, it's automatic mezonah, unless of course you make a meal on it. There's a similar approach to pizza as well, because pizza is a regular main meal food now. People have pizza for meals. So the only thing is, if they have apple juice instead, more apple juice than water, then it's a similar svar. Each person has talked to the Rav about what to do. The next topic was Moed. In the Seder Moed, Kuf Yid Zayin in Psachim, it says over there that when there's a great salvation of the Jewish people, after a tragic or potential tragedy, and there's Atzalah, we're saved, then you say Hallel. That's the Gemara, and the Gemara talks about the Takana, a decree from the Nevi'im to say Hallel, when we're saved from tragedy. So the question is, what does this mean? When do we do this? How do we apply it? So the next step normally be, if you want to halacha, you go to the Rambam, Rif, Rosh, and Shulchan Aruch. This didn't make it into the codes. It's not in the Shulchan Aruch for some reason. Nevertheless, the poskim still deal with it, and the fact that it's not in the Shulchan Aruch does not bother the poskim. They just say, what exactly is the criteria for when you say Hallel over salvation? Does it have to affect the whole Am Yisrael? Does it have to be in Eretz Yisrael? Does it have to be a complete salvation? Does it have to be a spiritual salvation? Does it have to be that we're out of the woods, we don't have danger in front of us anymore? So there are many discussions on this matter, and then of course everyone brings in the Gemara in Megillah that says, why don't we say Hallel on Purim? And 3 answers. One is because we're still servants of Achashverosh. One is we're outside of Eretz Yisrael. One is we have the Megillah instead of Hallel. So some say, let's apply that to 1948, 1967. We're saved from a catastrophe. And we're in Eretz Yisrael, we're independent now, we have our own sovereignty, we don't have a Megillah Esther. So the poskim grapple back and forth and go through with the question of how to apply this Gemara in Psachim to halacha l'maseh. For one who feels it was a great salvation, what do we do halacha l'maseh? And of course, everyone has talked to the Rav what to do, but it's just a little bit of an overview. In Nashim, there's an amazing Gemara in Kedushin that talks about a tzaddik and a rasha. It says when a person goes ahead, he's not Shomer Shabbos, he eats treif, he drives on Shabbos, drives Yom Kippur, but he comes up. He drives up to a girl and says to her, I want to engage you on condition that I am a tzaddik. What do you mean? You have millions of dollars, you stole from people, you stole from your parents, you stole this car, and you just ate treif. What do you mean on tzaddik? You have millions of dollars to pay back, so many people you need to ask mechila from. You're tzaddik? And the Gemara says yes. if it was a sincere feeling, if it was genuine, I am committed to be a tzaddik now, and I mean it. So yes, I owe millions of dollars. Yes, I have to do vidur, confession, and ask mechila from all my friends. But still, I have the status of a tzaddik. It's amazing. And it's halacha. Brought down in Shulchan Aruch that the person might really be a tzaddik. Now, since we don't know what he's thinking, so the kedushin is a safek. It's a possible kedushin. But also, the person can be a rasha. Person goes ahead and is not careful about one halacha. He knows about it. He just doesn't care about it. That's not my thing. Certain business ethics, cheating, taxes, that's not my thing. I'll write false figures for my yeshiva. There's 180 guys in my yeshiva, there's only 150. I get a few extra 1,000 shekel a month, and it helps me keep the yeshiva going. It's not for me. Well, if you're not careful about stealing from a Jew, from a non-Jew, it says you are Rasha in Choshen Mishpat Lamed Daled. Person is considered Rasha, he's not a kosher aid. So a tzaddik is a beautiful level, and just having the right kavanah, true kavanah, to be guided by Torah and mitzvahs and halacha, a person can be defined as a tzaddik, but a person is not careful one halacha. In Choshen Mishpat, business, stealing. A person is not married yet, he's holding his girlfriend's hand, the Gia. Halachically, he is far from being a tzaddik, he is puzzled from being an aid, a witness. He can't be his friend's wedding, he cannot be a witness. So tzaddik, rasha definitions are very serious terms that need to be looked into and analyzed. In the fourth shiur, we did Nezikin. Then the Baba Basra Chezkes Apatim. It talks about how the people were mourning when they lost the Mikdash. They didn't want to have any meat, or wine, or water, or fruit. Of course, you have the wine libations, you have the meat from the offerings, you have flour offerings, and they say, we're not going to have anything. But Yeshua says, you can't do that, it's not realistic. So you mourn. And a realistic way, based on the halachic principles set up by Chazal. And we discussed the mourning over Yerushalayim and Harei Yehuda. Mikdash, is that changed at all by 67 that we took sovereignty? And there's several opinions. Some say as long as the cities aren't built up, I don't care if the Jews are running it, you still have to mourn and do kriya on the cities of Judah, the cities of Yerushalayim, and of course the Kotel. Others say, in theory, if we had true sovereignty, you'd go ahead and you wouldn't have to do any kriya on the cities of Yehuda and Yerushalayim that are not built up. Then Rav Moshe Feinstein, believe it or not, says, yeah, we have sovereignty. It's not perfect, it's not firm, but it's sovereignty. And that's enough based on the Beis Yosef and Tafkuf Samach Aleph to say we don't have to do Kriya on cities that are on Jewish sovereignty. The Judean cities that are destroyed by the Jewish sovereignty, or Jerusalem. It's under Jewish sovereignty, you don't need to do Kriya. But the civil halacha is that when you see the Makam HaMikdash, the place of the Mikdash, some say that is the Golden Dome, some say it's the Har Bayit floor, some say it's the Kotel, that the fact that we have sovereignty over the Kotel, Har Bayit, it's very limited sovereignty, but the bottom line is it's not going to help. We don't have the Mikdash, and therefore the simple halacha is one should do Kriya when you see any of those three places, the Kotel, the Har Bayit area, or the Golden Dome. The fact that many people are lenient is not simple. I personally think a person should go ahead and do Kriya when they see that, because the only lenient opinions are regarding the Jerusalem cities and the Judean cities, but not the Kotel. Some quote what's who the cook has been lenient, not a simple point at all. Then we have the last two shiurim, it's Kodshim, that's Menachot. So Menachot goes in Lamed Dalet, talks about the Tefillin, Rashi and Rabbeinu Tam. The Gemara just talks about Tefillin and the order of Tefillin. Rashi says to be one way, Rabbeinu Tam says it's another way. The Shulchan Aruch paskins that only a person who's considered very pious and Yirei Shamayim, he and only he should go ahead and wear Rabbeinu Tam Tefillin in public. Other people, that's considered arrogance. The Mishnah Berurah also repeats this idea. And that you don't wear it unless you're considered a very big tzaddik. You don't go have such a chumrah like that and wear a Rabbeinu Tam tefillin. And yet you go to many shtibels around the world, and even non-shtibels, you see people wearing tefillin today, Rabbeinu Tam tefillin. You're going against the Mishnah Berurah. What's going on? So the fact is, we don't just go ahead and say, oh, you're going against the Mishnah Berurah, so you're wrong. We try to make sense of it. And some poskim say that now that's become popular to wear Rabbeinu Tam tefillin. Many shtibels, Chabad, the Rebbe pushed it a lot. So it's not considered a rare phenomenon anymore. And now that it's a common phenomenon, when someone wears it, it's not, oh my gosh, who are you? You think you're so special? No. I'm just one of many who wears Rabbeinu Tam tefillin. So that's an amazing halacha where the practice over the time has changed the halacha. Meaning when it was rare and no one wore Rabbeinu Tam tefillin, if you decided to wear it, who are you? But now some people wear it, it's not considered to be arrogant and showy to wear. And then the final shiur was on in Tarot. And it was on Kalim, the Mishnah Kalim, and the shiur was entitled The 10th Holiest Place in the World. And what is the 10th holiest place in the world? Not Lakewood, not Golders Green, not even Borough Park. Nope. The 10th holiest place in the world is Israel. There's a list of Mishnakim, the 10 holiest places, 10, and Israel's number 10. Then you have the walled cities in Israel, and then you have Yerushalayim, parts of the old city area. We could have Maaseh Sheni and certain Korbanah could be in there. Then you go to Harabite area. Then you have the Chel area. From the Chel you have the Ezrat Nashim. Ezrat Nashim you have Ezrat Yisrael. Ezrat Yisrael, from there you go to Ezrat Kohanim. Then you have the Mizbeach area, and then the Kodesh, and then the Kodesh Kodeshim, where only a Kohen Gadol could enter on Yom Kippur during the Avodah. So have the 10 levels, and then the post can discuss where are these areas exactly today. What is Eretz Yisrael today? Is Eilat part of Eretz Yisrael? Gaza part of Eretz Yisrael? Ashkelon part of Eretz Yisrael? So these are fantastic questions. Golan and the Galilea, where are the borders of Israel? It's a beautiful discussion. And then, of course, where does the Yerushalayim halachically, when is it that you enter from Eretz Yisrael proper? Halachic Yerushalayim. When do you go from Yerushalayim to Halachic Harabayit? Fantastic discussion to the poskim, and that's an overview of the 6 Shiurim from Shavuot night, Mizonos rolls, then the question of Hallel, saying Hallel over a great salvation, who's a Rosh, who is a Tzaddik, mourning for the Mikdash today, does 67 change that at all? Rabbeinu Tam Tefillin, do we still have the same restrictions that only persons who be very pious can wear those tefillin? And finally, the status of Eretz Yisrael, Yerushalayim, Harabait, and where the cut-off point and all those places are. That was the final Shia. We should just have a tremendous Kabbalah Sator acceptance of the Torah. It should be internalized. It should become part of us. And we should lead our whole lives based on these beautiful Torah principles. Shalom.